Oh yeah, y'all hear that music? You know who that is, right? That's Mint Condition, man. I'm just listening to something for the show, man. Come on now. Come on now. Let's get this thing going, man. Beautiful Metroplex. Kentucky in the house. New Jersey in the house. Look at Miss Alma with that nice, beautiful face there, just peeping in on us. She peeping in. Thank you guys for tuning in to Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. Here we go. Welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the Small Business Network Show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. How sweet it is. We have made it. God's green earth. Another Saturday. We're here. Metroplex. Out of Texas, we got Kentucky. No, yeah, we got Kentucky in the house. How you doing, Miss Petrania? Miss Petrania, I can't hear you. Miss Petrania, are you here?
So,
Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. Miss Petrania, can you hear me?
yes,
Okay, gotcha. Well, how's the weather out there in Kentucky?
hot.
Hot. That's the home of the
Hot.
Kentucky. That's the home of the Kentucky Derby, right?
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. We got our book entrepreneur expert, Miss Alma Thomas. How you doing, Miss Alma? Oh, I gotta let Miss Alma back in. Hold on. Okay, now we see you. Hey, Miss Alma, how you doing? How you doing on this fine Saturday?
Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored. You're in Jersey, right?
New York.
New York. New York. New York. You know, you remember that movie Life with Eddie Murphy and like Martin Lawrence?
Yes.
I remember in that part when they was in that like bar and they was playing cards or something and somebody messed over him. And I remember when he lost his hand, I remember that the man across from him, once he lost, he said, New York, New York.
Yeah.
And I thought about that as soon as you said that. New York, New York. We in the house. We got New York in the house. We got Kentucky Derby in the house. We got the Metroplex in the house. Oh man, they don't want nothing. I mean, we covered the whole planet right now. So, so having said that, Miss Petrania, let's move into health and wellness.
That's
Um,
my
how long have you had a passion for others, Miss Petrania? We can't hear you.
is my Wi-Fi cutting everybody out?
Well, I can hear you now, Miss
Okay,
Petrania.
okay, all right. My
Okay.
Wi-Fi must have went out, must have froze.
So okay, so yeah, how long have you had a passion for others?
Um, Probably most all my
Your voice going in and out? We can't hear you.
now. Can
Now
you
we
hear
can
me
hear you.
now?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to change my location.
Change that location. Get it changed. Change that thing. Can you hear me? Can you hear now? She's starting over. Well, Miss Alma, we might have to pick it up and come back to Miss P. Can you hear me good, Miss Alma?
I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, let's start with you then. Let's get into writing. What inspired you to start writing? Uh, and we want to know the whole thing. What inspired you?
That actually all of my life I wanted to be a writer, but I used to always say I want to write a book. I want to write a book. But after the death of my son, that's when I really became serious about writing because that's how I was healing myself by writing.
Really? So
Yes.
so that's what inspired. And I'm sorry to hear about your son. I know that is not good. That is really not good. So I'm sorry to hear that. Uh, what message do you want readers to get from your books? Now that's really important. So elaborate fully on what is the message that you want them to get from your great books.
I want them to be inspired and motivated to dream again and to reach for all of their dreams. The one thing that I realized in 2021 after I suffered my massive stroke is that tomorrow isn't guaranteed to anybody. And anything that you desire to do, you need not put it off. You need to do it now because the cemetery is full of dead visions and aspirations. And I didn't want to die with my visions inside of me.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't die with that vision inside of you. You because you have to be able to push that vision out, right?
Right.
So that's very important to be able to get that vision and push that vision. So that is a really great thing to be able to do that. Um, so let's slide into books, but before that, Miss Petrania, are you back with us? I think she's trying to work out those kinks, work out those bugs. All right, let's move into book. Which books have been the most personal? And take your time and explain in its entirety which books have been the most personal for you.
Well, Dream Killers, since it was my first book, and in the book Dream Killers, it identifies the things and people that can kill your dreams, like procrastination, your past, fear of failure, fear of success. All these things can kill your dreams. So that was one of the books that really inspired me. But another book that is close to my heart is Surviving a Stroke Against All Odds because it displays and explores my stroke journey and how I made it through the stroke journey with scriptures and the faith because um after the stroke they told me that I wasn't gonna make it. As a matter of fact, the first day I was in the hospital, they called my family to my bedside and said if they ever wanted to see me again, that they should come now to the hospital. And when the nurse asked me, "Can I hold your hand while you transpire?" I said no because I believe the word of God, and He had told me that stroke was not unto death. So I didn't even want anyone talking death to touch me. So that's why that book is special to me because that's when I began to live, and I wrote that book after my stroke with one finger on my telephone because my right side is paralyzed, and that's the side that's my dominant side. So with my left hand, I wrote "Surviving a Stroke Against All Odds" with one finger.
Man, that is something. And I just want to check while we're here. Miss P, are you back with us? Miss Petrania, are you back with us? We can't hear you. Are you back with us, Miss Petrania? It look like we don't have any audio from her yet, but that's okay. I'm sure that she'll get it. So which project has been the most personal, or well, I know we got into which book has been the most, which has been not the most personal, uh, but the least personal, but it's still something that really, kind of like excited you. So tell me about the book that's the least personal, but it's still doing what you wanted to actually do.
Um, I don't know because each and every one of my books is personal for different reasons. Like my leadership book, that I wrote to teach Bible study to others, that's still personal. So I think every one of my books, I couldn't pick one book that's not my favorite.
Right. I got you. You can put, well, can you just, and I know this is not a question, but give us your top five books that has been the most personal. Give us your top five books.
Okay, Dream Killers, Surviving a Stroke, Against All Odds, my leadership book, my book on faith, and From the Waiting Room to the Recovery Room.
I love it. So why in that order?
Because once again, Dream Killers is my first book. Um, Surviving a Stroke Against All Odds is my is my testimony. Faith is how I got here today, and from the waiting to the room to the recovery room, I also began writing that book in the waiting room when the doctor came in and told me, we did all we can do. He didn't make it, and that book was birthed in the waiting room.
Man, okay, that is a powerful story there. Well, let's slide into our next thing. And before we do that, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. So we'll be back right after this. Deftones.com. I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I'm start to think, oh, the whole closest starts to end up on the break. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I felt so bad from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. So I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down.
Hi.
Goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless, late,
You have commercial break.
begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts when you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't. To be strong, the darkness and try to swallow me. Seems like a fall, gravity. Gravity. Oh yeah, that's some good old music that we're playing on this good old Saturday. We back in the saddle again. Miss Petrania, are you here? Can you hear me? Miss Petrania.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, good, good, good. We back in the saddle again. Let's get back, Miss Alma. Miss Alma, let's get into advice. What advice would you give someone a story?
Just write it. Don't worry about it being perfect. Just get your story down on paper. A lot of people, they want to write, but they worry about it being perfect. But don't worry about it being perfect. Just tell your story.
That's what I'm talking about. Just tell your story. And just to let y'all know, just so y'all can kind of remember, don't forget to comment while we're going. So Miss Alma, when you're not talking, just comment on everything that I'm saying. Miss P is saying, just keep commenting like in the entirety of the show. Because if we can get it over 100 comments, that's going to help push this show farther for more people to see you talking, right? So make sure that you keep commenting on everything during the whole show, okay? And
Okay.
for Miss Petrania, same thing. When you're not talking, keep commenting on whatever we're talking about. Obviously, if you're on your phone, keep it on mute, so that way we won't hear in the background us on your phone. But keep commenting when you're not talking. Comment through the entirety of the show. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know that and help you to remember. So Okay, so Miss Alma, how would you tell them to start? How would you have a person with a story? How would you tell them to get started? Miss Alma, you here? Can you hear me, Miss Alma? Miss Alma, she might have to come back in. Might have to come back in, but that's okay. Miss Petrania, you can hear me though, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
All
I had to
right.
find a spot.
I know, right? Look, nah. So I know that you got some questions from me, but let's see. Well, let's see if she back in before we do that. Let's see. See, Miss Alma, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let's get kind of to this last question. How would you tell a person with a story to get started? How would you tell them to get started?
Like I said before, just write your story. If you want to write a book, just start by writing one chapter and it will flow. Just start writing. Don't be afraid to write your story. Don't be afraid to share your story. And sometimes you might just write it down for yourself, journaling. Like I said, that writing helped me towards my healing of losing my son and everything else that I've been through in life. Every bad chapter that I've been through in life, I write about it. That is what helps me to heal. So if you are suffering through anything, write it down. Write things down. Write letters to yourself. Write how you feeling. Like I had to write how I was feeling when my son passed away because sometimes you try to wear an S on your chest for Superwoman, and really, a lot of times I was smiling on the outside but dying on the inside. So I had to write about my experiences and the way that I felt. Like, people tell you, oh, he's in a better place. And now I realize that he's in a better place. But in the beginning, you don't want to hear that. And I was thinking, well, if he's in a better place, why don't you let little Johnny go to that better place? And then tomorrow you tell me if that's the better place. But writing about it allowed me to release those feelings.
Right. That sounds good. That is some powerful stuff. That sounds like some powerful stuff. Miss P, can you hear me? Uh oh. She done slid off again. Miss P done slid off again. Look like she's in a bad area, looks like. But that's okay. Miss Alma, I want you to look at my questions where it says she's asking me questions, and I want you to ask me while we're waiting. But just let me try it again. She's coming back in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Are you in, Miss P?
Yes,
Okay, so let's get me started. I know you got some questions for me.
absolutely. First of all, Dr. James, I'd like to know what's going on.
Hey, just trying to make it. Trying to make it.
Well, what's going on with the NBC's list?
Okay. Well, obviously now NBC's list has been in existence for a few years now, probably 6, 7 years, most likely. And so in that time, the platform has amassed over 3,000 people that are on. But what I've decided to do is to bring the platform city to city and really get it moving like Craigslist and Angie's List did. So that's basically what we're doing. We're trying to make NBC's list more global. So great question.
Yes, that's good news too. That's good news. That's just like when we used to have South Central Bell at AT&T. We need more diversity instead of just letting one person or one group monopolize it. And I'm glad that we are, and I say we are, our nationality is starting to branch out and do these great things as well. But what's coming up next?
So what's coming up next is we're trying to have ambassadors to the NBC's list. Ambassadors mean I need an ambassador for that state and or city or both to be able to get people to sign up to the NBC's list. And obviously the NBC's list is totally free. So hear me, Miss Alma, so you'll know that you'll be able to post your profile there for absolutely free. you'll be able to put your books there for absolutely free. So from that point on, and you can become an ambassador though, and that's another conversation that we will have. And I see Miss Alma, she's popped back off again. I got to put it back in. But yeah, Miss Alma. So the key here is I'm going to send you that NBC's list link for you to sign up. It's going to be absolutely free. You'll be able to put your profile there. You'll be able to post all your books there for absolutely free, and so on and so forth. So you should be able to sign up pretty easily. And then from there, I'll talk to you about how you can do the ambassador part of it. That will make you, that will get you paid because you'll make money there regardless. But if you become an ambassador for New York for me, you'll make a residual income from the NBC's list. So, Ms. Alma, when the show is over, I will give you a call to try to give you more insight on what that looks like. All right, Ms. Alma?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Miss Alma, if you could turn your mic off if you're able. If not, we will be fine. But we're going to go back to Dr. James and talk about TV and radio a little bit. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Well,
ma'am. So,
well, what's going on there?
what's going on there? Okay, so there obviously there's no better branding on the planet than TV and radio. No matter what you do, yeah, being on social media is equally as huge. So you need to be on social media because that's equally as huge. But TV and radio, what we do is allow you to be heard not only on people's phones and tablets and laptops, but now in people's homes. You can watch us on Roku. You can watch us on Fire TV, of course, YouTube, internet radio, and of course, all of social media. So, TV and radio, let's talk about it. Thank you for bringing it up also.
Yeah, I was on, I believe, Roku yesterday or day before yesterday, and it was a pleasure to see your channel.
You saw
Listen,
it.
yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah. So you guys out there that's listening to us, he's the real deal, and he is telling you what's 100. So believe him when he say what he say.
That's
All right, Doctor Commissioner, what's up? What's coming up next with the TV and radio?
Okay, so what's coming up? We're combining a way in from TV and radio, or from the NBC's list to TV and radio. So, Miss Alma, kind of without me having to explain the whole deal, since you're already on TV and radio, you're going to get an extremely discounted rate to become an ambassador. And again, I'll explain that to you when we get off this show. But you're going to love it. I promise you're going to want it, because the NBC's list not only is going to allow you to be seen like Craigslist and Angie's List, but it will allow you to make a monthly income from that, just like if you brought someone on TV and radio, the same thing. So I think it's going to be incredible, and I can't wait to give you more information on it. So great question, Miss P.
All right. Shall we move on to topic 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to talk about astronomy news for a little bit, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Can you give us a history of the Earth?
Now, kind of believe it or not, because this is kind of the first time that you both have been witness to this topic, but I brought up this topic throughout the tenure with others and Sean White. Some of them will say this is one of my best topics, and they'll say that. But since you guys have been aboard, I hadn't really brought it up because of other topics. But I am an expert with astronomy. That's one of the things that helps me with my science degree and all that kind of stuff. So the history of the Earth. So I'm going to bring in a Q&A to catch you guys off guard. So let's start with you, Miss P. Tell me about the Earth, and don't try to Google, because you can't now. It's too late. So
I got 2 phones. Yes, I can.
the question I want to ask you is, has the Earth always been this size? And if not, what stage did it go through? Come on, quick answer. Come on.
I don't think it's always been. You talking about the size of the Earth or the
Size of the Earth and the
size of the Earth?
changes.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, tell me, was there smaller, bigger, and what change did it go through?
I believe that it was probably smaller, just in my mind, just imagination. And I'm thinking the stuff that happens out in the solar system, and the stuff that we do here on the Earth is contributing to the changes that's happening to the Earth.
Okay, well, you know what? That's a great answer for a person that just don't know. So I like I like that answer though, because the first part of it sound, the other part is off, but the first one is solid. But
Okay.
but the earth was smaller, and the earth went into before any living things was on the earth, when God made everything from the sun to the solar system to the earth to all the planets, which if scientists want to call what it is, it's the Big Bang theory. But the bottom line, it just means God made it that way, right? Just like when
Hmm.
you can say, "Oh, the clouds are getting this way, and that's why it's raining." Well, yeah, but of course, God made it rain, right? So, having said that, the Earth was in a violent collision with a planetoid. I'm giving you facts right now. It was in a
Okay.
violent collision with a planetoid, and when they emerged, of course, it was an incredible bang, incredible fire. I can't tell you how long the Earth was on fire, but as it was on fire, it made Earth bigger. During early parts of Earth was carbon dioxide based. So keep this information for yourself. So if you want to Google it, you can say, "Oh man, he's right on point." So Earth was carbon dioxide based. We couldn't breathe here. But what did God do? He allowed that violent collision with the planetoid, and through time, the carbon dioxide and water, because how did the water come here? Violent collisions with sorry, not with asteroids, with comets, because comets are made of ice. So as the comet slammed into the planet, it caused oceans and seas, and those oceans and seas, the water brought in H2O, brought in meaning air. I mean, brought in air and took away carbon dioxide, and that's why now Earth is rich with oxygen for us to breathe. That's how we became involved here, as far as God put us here, but He had to have a way for us to be able to live. So Earth turned into that through that, but not just it. Remember that violent collision knocked a piece off of the planet as well. That piece stayed into the orbit of the sun and the Earth, and that piece that came off the Earth became our moon. So believe it or not, that's why we have a moon. It's actually a piece off the Earth a very long time ago. So I can get into more of that, but I mean that really is something that excites me. I love to talk about astronomy. And so yeah, were you amazed with with those answers, guys?
Well, I'm gonna have to back that up with some research and stuff,
Absolutely.
because that goes against some of what I have grown up to believe.
I can't wait for you to do it, because keep in mind too now, this is not. Because see, sometimes folks think science is trying to like say something different. Than me, I'm different. Science explains what God did. That's all. That's all it is. Just like when Noah and it rained 40 days, 40 nights. Well, that was the time for the end of the world, right? But you didn't see God standing up pouring down a bar. You just seen it rain 40 days and 40 nights. Was that God? Absolutely. But scientific explanation would be something this happened to the clouds, and that caused moisture longer than this time, and it made it rain for this amount of time. That would be the explanation, but obviously that's God. So everything really that I'm saying, I guarantee you, is one of the things that caused the earth. But to me, that was God doing those things to allow us to get to where we are now. So please do that so you can
Okay.
ask me more questions.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is this is the avenue that was used to create the earth and create the moon, etc.
One of the ways, yes.
Yes. Okay, I got you. All right. You ready to move on? Question number two.
I'm ready.
How many extinction level events have there been?
All right,
What
this
does
is
that
Alma's
mean?
turn. This is Miss Alma's turn now. I know y'all ain't gonna know this. Miss Alma, how many extinction level events have we had? I
Can you
know,
ask
right?
that again?
Yeah.
How many extinction level events on Earth have we had?
Uh,
I know, right? Come
I'm
on.
glad I didn't get that one.
you
Well,
guys, you didn't get that one off.
well,
I'm just gonna
actually,
take a wild guess. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say two.
okay. How about you, Miss P?
I'm
Just
gonna
go ahead
be
and lock it.
honest, straight up, I have no idea if it has to do with like dinosaurs and apes and all that kind of stuff. There's been several. But if that's not what it has to do, the question has to do with, then I'm totally confused and I'm seeking your answer.
Okay, so it's been, if I'm counting right, 5 extinction level events. So obviously, one with Noah, another with mammals before the dinosaurs. Matter of fact, in that violent collision with the Earth, there were mammal type creatures, not quite before the dinosaurs, and microorganisms, stuff like that, that were on the planet. So that would be number 2. And then when we had our dinosaurs, I know that's number 3, but I'm missing something. So
What about the ice age and all that? Does that play in it?
well, see, I'm glad you said it. The ice age was caused by an asteroid that extinct the dinosaurs. Just so
Oh,
let me give you fact on that. 66 million years ago, we was hit with an asteroid that's 6.5 miles wide. That means the size of Mount Everest. It came at the speed of 30,000 miles per second, meaning it hit the Earth a little faster than a bullet would have. When it hit, let me tell you exactly where it hit so you can go Google it. It hit off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula, New Mexico. Back then, it wasn't called New Mexico, it was just called Mexico. Yucatan Peninsula. Right now, there's a crater there, 187 miles wide due to that. Keep in mind, a portion of it was on land, so there's a city built into the crater, and they label that city the Sunken Down City because it looks like it's sitting in something. That's what it is now. Most of it is in the ocean floor. The 100 and some miles of it is in the ocean floor. But
wow.
how do you know this? How do you know this proof? Let me give you the proof. When an asteroid or comet hits the Earth, it brings something here that is not here unless it's brought here. It's called iridium. Iridium comes from asteroids and comets. Iridium is not grown here. It only comes off of comets and asteroids and meteors and stuff like that. So the point you if you analyze the crater where it hit, you'll get all the iridium to let you know what hit here. And so that's why we have the facts. And we know after that 66 million year line, there were no dinosaurs. How can we know? Because astrologists can dig into the ground, and at a certain point, you'll find dinosaurs under that point that show that's when they died. Above that point, there was no more dinosaurs found. That means they were extinct at that level, which was 66 million years ago. But that was God's way of paving the way for us humans, because he knew that we could not exist with those type of dinosaurs. So he gave their end of the world. The dinosaurs' end of the world came on that day, and it gave rain for us and other mammals and all that stuff, but it gave rain for the humans. So that way now we can be here and we could be the dominant species, but we would not be here if God didn't decide, well, we need to make a dinosaurs now. Now, having said that, the entire history of the earth, guess who still reigns supreme as the species that have lived here the longest? The
I hope
dinosaurs.
it does. The dinosaurs?
They have lived on earth 150 million years.
Wow.
I can't think of where we are yet, but we're not past that number. So I do know for a fact they're still number one as far as on the planet the longest, 150 million. You didn't know that, did you?
Well, all this is good information and explains a lot because I'm a why type of person.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, why are they still finding dinosaur remains if we are taught to believe this, that, and the third? So your
Right.
explanation was it's the best I've heard to
Yeah.
explain that.
And so these are facts. See, I love to do a lot of research on stuff like that. Now, believe it or not, there's dinosaurs still here. Did you know that?
No, outside of the ones that I've seen in aquariums.
Well, I'm
That's
going to tell you, and once I tell you, you're going to say, oh, yeah. Watch. Did you know that alligators and crocodiles are dinosaurs? They're
oh,
just They're just evolved. You
Okay.
did you?
Nope. Didn't.
Sharks are dinosaurs. They're evolved.
Wow.
Yeah, we lost a lot on this planet during that time, including plants. We've lost plants during that blast. But again, God knew we couldn't exist with a lot of that stuff. And so from that came humans, and then after that, mammals and rodents and insects and all of that stuff. But we still have dinosaurs. They're just evolved dinosaurs.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool
Yes.
information. Well, thank you so much for the interview on your part. All of that
You
was
will.
good information.
Well, now we're turning around on you, Miss Petrania, health and wellness. Since we hear you so crystal clear, how long have how long have you had a passion for others?
I guess most all my life, I've been had a desire to care for others, but mostly since I found my niche when it came to what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I graduated high school in 1977, and I went to somebody's school up until the year 2000. But in 1985 is when I decided that I wanted to pursue a medical career so that I could help others.
Man, I love that. I love that. That sounds awesome. So, how are you fulfilling this journey?
Well, like I said, 1985 was when I got my degree in physical therapy assistant, my associate degree. Before that, I was a nurse's assistant while I was going to school for physical therapy. And when my dad died 9 years ago, I became my mom's caregiver. So I'm still fulfilling my passion for helping others in that aspect. And right now, I am pursuing a business called It Works. I am an independent distributor for that takes care of health and wellness products um, to help people along the way as well. So I'm still involved in helping others.
I love it, man. That is awesome. Let's slide into change then. How will you make a change in this field then?
What I like to do is I'm not one to just sell something to somebody. I want to know what's going on with your health and how can I help you improve that. So I'm not one to say, "Oh, we got to sell. Will you buy this from me?" No, I need to know what's going on with you. So my part of change, and it might make me a little slower, in the process, but I think that I develop more customer care by getting involved in what's going on with them and showing them that I truly care about their health and well-being.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You on the money. You on the money. So okay. So the next thing that I'd like to ask you, hold on, let me make sure I get back to it now. Okay, so why is it so important?
It's important because people's health ain't nothing to play with. Folk are dying here daily from crazy stuff. I had a friend pass not too long ago because the nursing staff decided they was going to lay him down after they gave him a feeding tube uh, session when he should have been up. There are people that are young people that are dying of heart attacks and all this, that, and the other. So it is very, very important to maintain our health the best we can because it does not matter what age. People are running around here obese. I was one of them. And my doctor still might say that I am obese, but I hated seeing that diagnosis in my medical chart. Obesity. More. It didn't get to the morbid part, but I used to do physical therapy, like I said, and I used to treat home health patients. And I literally would have to go in and try to teach or help somebody how to get up to weight over 300 pounds, over 400 pounds. Obesity is a real thing, but obesity hurts our heart and it hurts my heart, and my feelings and stuff to see somebody that has the potential to do better.
Well,
To
just
do
so
better.
y'all, I didn't get a chance to bring this up. So, Miss Alma, we have something. We have a treat. This show is sponsored by book author Alma Thomas. Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network is
Yay.
brought to you by book author Alma Thomas. Miss Thomas, I took you off guard, didn't I? She's in the background, but that's
Okay.
all right.
Congratulations.
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come right back right after this.
All righty.
Hello, everyone. I am Dr. James, host of Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network, broadcasting live each week on Saturday at 1 p.m. from Fishbowl Radio Network Studios at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. Log on to hear us talk about and feature small businesses and the life of a small business, the struggles, the triumphs, the daily operation, the grind of starting and running a small business. So be sure to log on each week on Saturday at 1 p.m. to catch Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. Let's jump in. Full speed ahead. We back. Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. And again, this show is sponsored by book author Alma Thomas. Miss Thomas, are you still there with us? Can you hear us? I see it rolling in the background. I see it rolling in the background. I know she's there. Dr. James McConnell, The Small Business Network. The show is brought to you by book author Alma Thomas. We are back with Miss Petrania here. Miss Petrania, we're trying to get into systems now. I want to know, have you started using the systems I created for you and the SBN team?
Yes, I have.
Elaborate.
Okay. Well, you mentioned earlier about the NBC's list,
Right.
and that's a position platform where we can post the items that we sell, and I started using that to where I can start advertising the products with It Works there, and I've started interviewing. Another system that I've used of yours, I've started interviewing some of my contacts so that they can also promote their businesses through this type of podcast or through an article that I might write, just so that they can get the exposure that they need as well. I'm in the process of notifying some of my customers about these same opportunities that you've afforded me, and I'm grateful for those. And I like for everybody to be able to make use of these avenues to promote their businesses, because we need to get the word out about Black-owned businesses, white-owned businesses, Asian-owned businesses. It doesn't matter, but everybody needs to get the word out about their individual businesses, and you offer those systems.
Love it. And so what type of customer are you trying to help?
The type of customer I'm trying to help is the one who's trying to figure out, like Miss Alma, I'm gonna use her for example. Say she wrote a book and now doesn't know what to do with it. Somebody that's in business for themselves might have some things that they make and don't know how to promote it. There are people that are out there that have music businesses or restaurants or whatever, and they don't know how to get the word out outside of social media. But those are the type of people that I'm trying to help. Basically, the small businesses, single-owned businesses, small, very small LLCs. Those are the people that I'm trying to get help to get the word out about how to get more exposure for their business.
That's what I'm talking about. That sounds absolutely amazing. Man, we have gotten to the end of our show, and this has been so amazing. What I would like for you to do, I'm gonna make a brief interlude. I'm gonna give you both time to put comments at the bottom of the page to tell people how to get in touch with you for your businesses and your books. So do that while I take a quick break, and then I'll be right back. So let's do that for this quick commercial. Put in all the comments about you, your book, your business. Do that right now, and we'll be right back.
This is your delivery care expert, Mr. Sonny. Are you tired of being outboxed with heavyweight prices? Afraid to come out of your corner being knocked out? Well, fear not. This is welterweight delivery, what we labor with love. We specialize in hideouts in the DFW area, small to medium rooms, living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, media rooms, all furniture, medium or small. Give us a call. Let's converse, not rehearse. No weight damage on your wallet or purse. Our contact information is 469 515-4172. Look us up on Facebook, Waterway Delivery. Ask about our $50 referral fee. I know times are fickle and money can sometimes get tight, but Waterway Delivery, we can make it all right. We want your business. We're up for a challenge. We take pride in our work here at Waterway Delivery. Delivery with a smile. We will come to you. We'll make a deal. We will make sure that you are simply satisfied because we're all about customer service, doing what's best for the community. We want you to give us a call. We know that we will get your business, repetitious business. We're here to do it for the love of the community, the love of our fellow man. Welterway Delivery. Give us a call. We love you with the love of the Lord. Welterway Delivery. Let us make a way.
Oh yeah, that is Mr. Sonny. That's Mr. Sonny. He gonna be on next week. Mr. Sonny Willie Bickham. Well, I hope you guys have put in the comments to everything to reach you guys. And this is gonna have to do it. This is the end of the show. Thank you guys for tuning in to Dr. James McConnell's The Small Business Network. See you next week. Welcome to the Small Business Network show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Welcome to the Small Business Network show. Welcome to Dr. James Small Business Show. Yeah, 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 yeah. So Dr. James, Small Business Show.
Thank you. I'm out.